Podcast start.
Saturday, text home.
Talking
I
to
was
Mike.
wondering why I couldn't hear myself.
That's how this thing works. What are we on? Yeah, psyop. Have you heard that word?
Yeah. Have you
Psyop.
undergone a psyop recently? Well, let me get myself stimulated here.
I probably have. I don't know. I mean, it happens every day. Psyop happens every day. Because according to, do you know that guy Chase Hughes?
The name sounds familiar.
He's like a high-ranking Navy guy who studies human behavior in psyops.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He's been on Rogan and Sean Ryan, and he describes a psyop as anything that has information that's being controlled.
Okay.
Which is literally everything.
The news.
The news.
TV, entertainment, like
exactly. Now, I listened to this new show that Sean Ryan has called Psyop. It's like 8 episodes about everything that's been done to us. We're test rats over here.
Yeah, that's almost too much for me to. Once I go on my next long drive, I'll have to tune into that. Sean Ryan was someone who I didn't really give enough credit to, I think, early on in his podcasting, where I was maybe like, this is just going to be a bunch of military conversations.
I think that's how it started, though.
Yeah. Like same way maybe with Joe Rogan being all UFC fighting and MMA and whatnot. But I think he is like the ultimate
interviewer.
Fighter. Yeah. Or like
the ultimate fighter.
I mean, for American values. And challenging the experimentation and the psyop that we go through every day.
Mm-hmm. He's had some very important interviews. Like I know he's interviewed a lot of politicians.
Yeah.
And he asks tough questions.
Yeah.
I don't think he's afraid to.
He had Gavin Newsom on, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch that one, but just like those types of people.
But he's given him a platform,
yeah.
which you have to, regardless how you feel, you got to kind of applaud that to some degree.
I agree. I think conversations are always good to be had, whether or not you agree with someone.
And he did challenge him on that.
Yeah.
And I think they were laughing about Joe Rogan and, it just kind of exposes these people as to like the snakes that they are. But what's the most recent psyop that you've seen? Or I guess heard or read about?
Honestly, I've really taken a step back from the news and the internet. Social media, I've been off of it for a while, but the most recent one, it has to be the drone situation in New Jersey.
Okay, I'm unfamiliar.
So this happened at the end of 2024, I believe, where there was a bunch of drones that just were hovering along the coast of New Jersey. Big drones, apparently. Like people are saying, like short bus drones in the air. And this happened for probably like 2 weeks. This news coverage of the drones were happening, and no one really said anything. It was kind of like, I think, an experiment on us to see how we'd react to something. Because you got to listen to the series, because
the Sean Ryan series.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like UFO psyops happening, and just MK Ultra's involved, but yeah, this was like an experiment, I think, to see, okay, how would people react if all these crazy drones are just flying and there's no, the people in charge, like President Trump, didn't say anything for a while.
Like not acknowledging it?
No, but then he said, yeah, most of them, they're FAA, regulated drones that are allowed to be there. They're hobbyists.
Okay.
And then some of them are ours.
That's not a good enough explanation.
Yeah. So that's the most recent psyop that they talked about on the show.
Do you think there's something to do with, how a lot of those fireworks shows now are drones? There's got to be something
insane.
to that.
How they do that? Have you seen? Yeah, they're just crazy.
And they make these patterns and images, and I think there definitely is something not commercial to that. I think there's some darker secrets to it.
Yeah, it's jogging my memory about this podcast show. but there's been individual citizens of the United States that have been psyoped by the government about UFOs. Like, they tricked this one individual, this dude, into like thinking he had an interaction with the UFO.
What?
And then they like gave him fake news broadcasts and all this stuff, and like he actually had a psychotic break. And this is an individual, I mean, it's all declassified. Now, I wish I, and that's honestly what I want to get better at the podcast, is having the information, like a screen and a computer.
Like being able to go through a deep dive.
Yeah, because it's kind of surface level when I don't have the full details. But yeah, they fucked this dude up.
When did that happen? Hey, get out of there.
Don't technically remember. His name like Barney or Harry? Niner, go. I'm gonna step on the record button. But yeah, it's psyops. They're happening all the time. And another big thing they talked about in the show was the Hollywood.
Okay.
In the entertainment industry, like Top Gun, Maverick.
Okay.
Was literally the exact thing that happened when we bombed Iran's nuclear plants. That was like a parallel image of what was going to happen, essentially. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much. I know the Oscars, was just like last week or something.
I watched a little bit of it.
And it's just like these people parading around each other. And it's like they're going to go on some political rant.
Dude.
Talk about stolen land. And there's a rumor to be had that I don't know during what event it was a few weeks back, where that guy said the N-word from the crowd while Michael B. Jordan was up there on the stage.
At the Oscars?
It wasn't at the Oscars. It was at another movie entertainment event. Let me see if I can find out the specifics. Show. Let's see.
I mean, are you saying that could be a fake event to garner support for sinners?
100%. Because at that point in time, Timothée Chalamet was like the number one, I guess, favorite
for Marty Supreme.
Not necessarily Marty, or maybe Marty Supreme, but I think like the number one actor or best performance or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the guy who said it had Tourette's, the N-word. I'm going to find this because it's...
I mean, it's not the most far out thing to say, like, okay, let's put someone with Tourette's in the crowd.
And some people are saying that they like hired him to be there
to create extra buzz for Michael B. Jordan and the sinners, and
because that's all that they would talk about after that. And then there was that comment that Timothée Chalamet made about like ballet, saying that like he didn't like ballet, and people were like, oh my gosh, you don't appreciate the art. And then of course that like brought him down on the ratings.
Yeah.
British Academy Film Awards. What's this guy's name? John Davidson. He has Tourette syndrome, shouted the N-word as the Sinners actor, presented the award for best visual effects. Let's see.
So he he's definitely a white guy.
Yes. He said, in advance of the recording, warning everyone that, of course I'm getting an ad here, in advance of the recording, warning everyone that my tics are involuntary or not a reflection of my personal beliefs. It said that he announced that an alerted guest that they may hear some involuntary noises or movements during the ceremony.
And why was he there?
I don't know.
Is he a fan?
It said Davidson attended the BAFTA Awards in London to represent the film I Swear, which is based on his life and experience with Tourette's.
Oh.
So he had like a reason to be there. But it just kind of goes to show like that is like, I don't want to get into the N-word conversation because it's just such a freaking cyclical thing, I feel like, of...
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. And this, you brought up that, which made me think of One Battle After Another, which won.
Yeah, that did win.
And so...
Sean Penn won, I think.
And I think the whole movie won for Best Original Screenplay.
Okay.
But in the Sean Ryan show, the Department of Defense has a entertainment division liaison officer.
I don't doubt it.
Well, it's true, they have it. And so every time there's a military thing in a movie, they have to get approval. So like in Top Gun, they go to the Navy or the Air Force and they say, all right, we're going to make this movie. And then they supply them all the fighter jets, all the weaponry, all the like gadgets and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then they make all the script changes. They're like, oh, okay.
So they like send it over to them, Department of Defense, for approval.
Yes.
And they are like, let's twist this, let's change that.
Like even Avatar, apparently, the people that were like, invading the Avatar land were specifically said to be militia rebels, not the Marines. They even mentioned that the Marines are back on Earth fighting the good fight, which is the environmental concerns. And so it's basically an exchange. Like if you write a movie, like a war movie, and you want tanks and you want all this crap, you want all the good stuff, you're going to have to get script changes that are going to make the government narrative whatever they want it to be.
Yeah.
And so there's a movie, what was it? Ben Affleck did a movie. And it was about the CIA or something. And they changed the script like so many times. And so one battle after another, I mean, that is basically, you can see the direction they're going with that one.
I did not like the movie.
I turned it off first 10 minutes.
And everyone, I was reading about it, and it seems like overwhelmingly the population is like, this movie is garbage. But then, of course, you have like the movie critics and the Hollywood environment. Oh, we love this movie. It's so good.
It's clearly like anti-immigration.
Well,
that's what
I guess I really don't have much to speak on because I didn't finish the movie.
I just watched the first part was immigration.
I probably got through the first half.
The heroes of the movie are Leo and that chick, Tiana Taylor, who are freeing the ICE.
Did you see that she had like a blow up at the Oscars?
She said, "Oh no, you did it!"
To the guy she was walking up to stage with.
What'd she do?
I think it was, God, dude, kind of going back to what you said, like having all this shit pulled up.
Everyone's like, Queen, Queen.
She like ran on the stage with this guy. I don't know who it was. Let me see here.
He like put his hand on her lower back and she said, "I got a man's." Oh, that's the director.
Okay. So she's doing that to him.
She headlocks the director
as he's walking up the stage to get his award.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But then there's an exchange outside where she's like, he put his hands on me. It's like, I'm a woman.
Just so what's the problem? Well, that old white lady was probably like, you put your arm around my husband's neck.
It's just like exhausting, dude. I wish like, what's that Ricky Gervais thing where he won an award or something, or maybe he was hosting and he's like, whenever you come up here, no one gives a shit about your opinions. Like, so don't come up here and preach to people. Thank your God, thank your family, and get off the stage. And I think that's just the ratings of these shows and the viewership have gone down. It used to be something when I was in high school, like, you would tune in because it wasn't politically driven. It was just appreciation of movies and television. Yeah. And now it's same thing with SNL. It's just like all these shows have become so politicized, obviously left-leaning and mocking white people, mocking patriots, mocking America.
Mm-hmm. The white male.
Yeah, it's like you wonder why you don't turn in. And then when you don't turn in, it's like, well, you're a racist. You're a misogynist. It's because women are leading it. And it's just like,
yeah,
the whole thing with fucking, what's her name? Billie Eilish, 2 months ago.
Going off.
No one's
off
illegal.
The deep end over here.
No one's illegal on stolen land. Tax the rich, tax the billionaires, pretending like she's not a multimillionaire and in the 1%. And then she's going on her Instagram selling her merchandise for like $100.
Yeah, she's a fraud.
And so it's like, but that's what I'm saying. When she's up there on the stage wearing her, fuck ice ribbon, anti-ice ribbon, and people are snapping their fingers and clapping and yes, queen and all this, and all of her fans are doing the same thing. Yes, tax the rich.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but then when she posts about her merchandise for $120, you're going to buy it. And it's like capitalism is the worst thing ever until, it benefits the people that I support. It's like there's so much tone deafness to it. And I get so upset watching that stuff. I truly could not care less about these people in Hollywood.
Yeah, I tuned in just for like maybe 20 minutes. I was flipping back and forth between the basketball games, and I saw Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans do like a funny thing as they were introducing the award for Best Original Screenplay, which Sinners won. Or no, I don't know which award it was. It was the movie one battle after another. And that director got up and he did his whole, I couldn't imagine writing this, like the script, which he stole apparently. It's from another person.
Oh,
like
of course.
It's an adapted screenplay or something like that. And he's thanking people and he's like, yeah, and I just, my two daughters, I just hope they grow up in a world where common sense and bigotry is not allowed or something like.
Jeez, dude.
And everyone's like, ah!
They're just like, fuck you. It's like literally.
We should rage watch one of them.
Yeah.
And just have a shot every time some woke happens.
Yeah. And you wonder, so Chuck Norris died yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And of course,
R.I.P.
The first hit piece out is Chuck Norris' legacy questioned because of his political affiliations. And it's just like these people will spit. They will spit on your grave if you voted different than they did.
It's a damn shame.
But it's like kind of going back to how everything was with COVID and the misinformation and, the weaponization of Twitter and these big social media companies and newspaper and magazines, whatever. Common sense people do not look at the New York Times as a source of legitimate information now.
No.
They don't look at the Washington Post or CNN and even Fox News, right? They're all in the same boat now where it's like, we don't trust anything that you're saying. So whatever you say means nothing to me anymore.
Exactly. The boomers still trust those things, and that's potentially another psyop.
It is.
To distrust everything. You distrust the government, which is what Yuri Bezmenov said.
Yep.
About infiltrating the colleges and just sowing distrust in the institutions.
Cultural subversion.
So maybe there's a balance to that, where we actually do trust certain things. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you trust the most right now?
I think I trust our military industrial complex the most.
Okay.
In the sense that I think, on its best side, it's going to defend America.
Yeah.
Even though maybe it's starting wars for no reason or for reasons that are, obfuscated or whatever. I just trust probably that the most, I would say. I don't know.
Do you trust your local police department? Do you trust Greg Abbott?
God, I guess. I don't even know, in what scenario would I need to trust them?
That they're going to do exactly what you would expect them to do in terms of protecting Texan culture, protecting Texan values, American values.
I don't know. What do you think?
What's hard is there's so much, so many bills that are passed.
Yeah,
and
I don't
so many
even know.
things, legislation, proposal, and whatnot that something's going to slip through the cracks. And what we kind of learn is they would propose these 2,000-page bills and, we're voting on it in 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's you have to bypass all this other stuff, which, on page 67, we're going to send another $50 million to Somalia for gender equality training. It's but that's the stuff that is added up the, what is it? The USAID,
Mm-hmm.
all the stuff that Nick Shirley's exposing, the Somalian fraud in Minnesota. And then when you get freaking Tim Waltz up on the stand,
Oh, dude.
and it's like these people don't have any answers and they play dumb.
Yeah.
And I'm just so thankful that, imagine how things would be if, Kamala won.
Yeah.
Kamala is the president, Tim Waltz is vice president. And now look at what has been exposed about the works that they've been doing.
We'd definitely be a more woke country for sure.
Yeah.
And more immigration. But, what I think about too is that, like, is this whole war with Iran just a big distraction from the Epstein files? Probably.
Maybe.
Because, wow.
I think both can be legitimate at the same time.
Yeah, it's just, a coincidence it happens. Like, right when, okay, we need the other documents, the ones in the back office. Like, let's release those now.
Yeah.
Let's go start the war. So, I think both sides are evil. And they're probably on the same side. The people pulling the strings.
Yeah.
From the top. But at the end of the day, can't worry about that. Just gotta,
You gotta focus on your own life, your own prosperity.
Yeah.
It actually made me think. Me and Mickey, we
March
watched Sicario last night.
That's like your favorite movie.
It's one of my favorite movies, and it's this interesting. I don't know. I need to look at who directed that. I want to say it's Taylor Sheridan, but I know it's not. But it's like such an intense movie, and I feel like a really good representation of you're talking about you trusting the military industrial complex the most, and this is kind of like an inner working of the relationship between the FBI and the CIA and how they somewhat have to work together, at least trick each other to, go after some of these international terrorists. Directed by Dennis Villeneuve. Okay, never mind. But I was listening to the rewatchables.
Yeah.
And going over it. And I was like, okay, now that they've been talking about this, I want to rewatch it and just think about, what did I see? How does that actually make sense? Because at the end of the day, Emily Blunt's character, she works for the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
And her and I think Reggie from Get Out.
Yeah.
They both work for the FBI. They've been chasing this cartel guy, stumble upon this safe house, explosion, kills a few officers, and then she gets recruited into this meeting. And and they talked about this on the rewatchables, but they're like, I love movies that have an intense boardroom meeting.
Isn't it
It's Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. I was thinking, I couldn't think of his name.
He's one of my favorite actors. I really enjoy him.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And so they pretty much get her to volunteer to be a part of this task force, tricking her into believing that they really need her help when they just need her present because the CIA cannot work internationally without a domestic agency with them, accompanying them.
So they just need her to be around.
Exactly.
Don't do anything.
And she's trying to they do their first thing and she's like, this is so fucked up. This is wrong. I didn't sign up for this. I'm going to report you. And Josh Brolin's like, what did you think you signed up for here?
Oh my God.
And just looking at the big pictures, how long have you been fighting crime in Arizona? Small petty drug crimes. We're going after the big fish, the leader of the cartel. And, once they kind of understand that, it's okay, well, we can agree to do this. But
torture, stuff like that?
No, just in the sense of
why was she upset?
Because it was illegal. They're just doing kind of these black op operations.
Oh, under
killing, that scene where they kill those people on the bridge from the United States to Juarez.
Okay.
And they're like, you just shot all these people as civilians around. That's illegal. And he's just bitch.
Yeah.
And so the
little girl just.
Yeah. And so they were talking about in the rewatchables that she's kind of if you have a nitpick, she's kind of my least favorite character.
Because she's just naive to the whole thing.
Yeah. It's And that's where you kind of have to ask yourself, like, in order for us to maintain our power, our, global superpower of the United States, we kind of have to do some off the book shit, right? Like, if we're going to let these people up in Washington decide everything, and I also believe that, like, you shouldn't be telling people to go to war if you haven't been to war. And, like, I haven't been to war.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not saying let's go fight this battle over there. Like, that's for them to decide, but I think a lot of veterans feel like you're sending me over here to this country to fight for you, and you're sitting up in your AC office with your suit and tie on.
You don't care about my life.
Yeah, it's like, but you also don't even understand what's going on. It's like, yeah, you can tap these buttons, send these emails, but if you're not on the battlefield,
yeah,
like, then how could you ever, like, really talk about, yeah, we need to be over there, we need more intervention.
You
but
just can't trust him.
Yeah, but Benicio del Toro is, like, scary in that movie. They killed his wife. They cut his wife's head off. They threw his kid in a vat of acid.
So he's
on a mission.
Hell-bent
Yeah.
to... Tell me there's a scene where he, like, kicks a door into, like, the back room and just, like...
He's not like that. He's literally like an assassin. Like, he's calm.
Ooh, scary.
Yeah. And
scary when they're like that.
And whenever Emily Blunt's character, Kate, meets him for the first time, they're loading onto the tarmac on this private jet, and he's kind of hanging out over by the other side of the plane. And Josh Brolin's character, Matt, he's like, that's Alejandro, my bird dog. And he's just kind of staring off into the thing and gets on, and he's like, have you ever been to Juarez?
She's like, no, but I've researched it for 20 hours before.
And he said something that was like a bar. He said, Kate's character asked him, she's like, what are we doing over there? Like, what are we going to be doing? And he kind of looks at her. He's like, you're asking me how a watch works. And he says, for now, let's just keep an eye on the time. And I was like, let me write that down really fast.
I don't even get that, but yeah, that's a bar.
He's like, you're asking me to explain something that almost cannot be explained. Let's just look at what it's showing on the surface right now.
Well, maybe he said that because he didn't want to tell her.
Well, exactly. And so the end of the movie is they had kind of agreed. I don't know if him and... Oh, Mom's calling. I probably need to move the car.
Okay, we can pause. We're back.
But yeah, Sicario, one of the best movies. Intense.
Yeah, might need to rewatch that. I'm not the biggest fan of action movies, to be honest. Never really been. I don't know why.
This was more... It had action, of course, but it was... I'd probably honestly classify it as more of a thriller.
I do like thrillers.
Yeah.
Benicio del Toro, too, was in a good thriller, Reptile.
Yep.
Which was really good. And then, yeah, he was also in One Battle After Another, I think. So
yeah, I think he was.
Confirmed Illuminati.
Oh, well, if he's making that movie, then he for sure is.
Yeah, he's assisting Leo.
Dude, I have a complaint.
Well,
I'm so tired of the tripods at the gym. I'm fed up. I think it's the most ridiculous thing, and I think there should be an executive order to ban tripods from gyms.
I'll be first to sign.
I think it's at the Crunch, which there hasn't been a ton of problems there. It's a great gym. I love it. But yesterday I was working out after work, and there's a guy that has a tripod who's clearly like on the phone. Like he's not using it to film, like he's FaceTiming.
Oh.
And I had a bench set up. Like if this is the end of the bench, he put his tripod probably right where the remote is, facing him that direction. And so from my view, like it looks like the phone is like facing right at me.
You're like, what the
and
crap
so
are you
I
doing?
walked around to the other side to see what he was doing, and like he's FaceTiming. And if the tripod's here, like he's 5 yards away. And I was just like, dude, what the hell? It just pissed me off.
Yeah, that's annoying.
People bringing in camera equipment. Just like, unless you're
they're
freaking
hustling.
Ronnie Coleman.
They're
Like,
hustling out there.
yeah, but everyone's like COVID made everyone think that they're like a fitness influencer.
Yeah.
And it's like now that everyone can make money content creating, which I think is also like fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's filming everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
I feel like it like degrades society more than people think it does.
You're probably right with that. I went to the gym today, and Saturdays are always...
You don't know what kind of crowd you're going to get.
No, and so I kind of just do a short workout and head down type workout. I like working out with a hood on too, if I can. Just to, there's too many like distractions at the gym.
Keep it tunnel vision.
And you know, sometimes I have the luxury of working out, you know, in the late morning. Typically people are at work. And so it's interesting to see the crowd in there. Like, I saw a guy walk in with an ankle monitor on. Just like, eyes red as can be. Just,
probably stoned.
I don't know. I didn't go near him. I don't want to catch a charge.
Yeah. He's like, hey, you using that?
I think, yeah, no, but I've had one time, and it's just like they'll set the tripod up, and it's like I gotta walk by this like back and forth. I'm dropping the dumbbells down. I'm getting a different set.
So they had them up in the dumbbell rack?
Oh yeah.
That should not be allowed.
And so like I'm respectful. I'm not gonna walk in front of it, but I might have to one time.
Yeah, fuck them.
And then this one guy did have a nice camera, and it's set up like right in the bottom, and I'm doing my chest day, and I'm on my heavy set, and those are on the bottom. It's like right next to his camera. I'm like, if I accidentally trip and drop this,
break his $10,000 camera.
I dropped this 120-pound dumbbell.
I thought you were doing 150s.
That's right. Yeah, if I trip and it rolls over his tripod, the camera goes kerplunk.
It's like you're held liable for that.
I mean, that's I don't know. Is he going to try to fight me on site?
Well, do you ever follow Joey Swole? You know who that is? That bald guy who's kind of like the gym protector.
No, but I want to.
Where like people will post these videos, and that's what's so crazy too. Like these people who are filming themselves, and someone walks by and they're like, "Dude, fuck you! Like you not see my camera?" And it turns into this.
Oh,
they'll like post it on their own Instagram.
They love it.
They're like thinking that
it's viral.
Yeah, it is viral.
It's
but they're thinking
fake too.
I think there are some of them that are fake, but I think a majority of them are real. Because I've witnessed this stuff firsthand in my 7 years of being in a gym.
For real?
Yeah. And I had to tell this jabroni over at Lifetime when I was working there. He like literally came up with like a backpack full of camera equipment, and there's a no filming policy there regardless. Like it is a corporate policy. Mm-hmm. It's not a location by location. There's no franchise. It's corporate. And you can like, if I'm going to film you, like we're working out together, I'm filming you, by all means. If you want to set it up on your water bottle, by all means. You can't have a tripod or camera equipment. Mm. And so like I'm up at the desk, and I just see around the corner near the water fountain like a tripod with a legit camera on it. I'm just like, oh my God, here we go. So I walk over there. Big dude, big white guy, and his big white girlfriend. And his girlfriend sees me coming, and so I see her first. I'm like, hey, we can't have you guys filming up here. And she like instantly like looks at her boyfriend, and he comes over he's like, hey, what's the problem? Like not like aggressive.
He takes a jug from his white monster.
Yeah, snorts some smelling salts.
What'd you say, small fry?
He's like, hey, what's the problem? I said, hey, man, we can't allow any filming up here. Like, if you guys want to film each other with your phones, you can do that. We can't have any equipment. And he's like, well, I've done this at another Lifetime. I said, well, you shouldn't have. That's not the policy. And he's like, I could see him, because we're making eye contact, and I see him look down at my name tag. And he's like, can I like speak to the manager? He said that.
Dang.
And I was like, yeah, dude, they're going to tell you the same thing. So I walked him over to our head trainer. I was like, Cedric, who had been there for like 20 years. I was like, Cedric, these guys are filming, and I told him, we don't allow that here. And he freaking undercuts me. And
he said it's okay?
Well, the guy was like, dude, we're only here for the day. I'm just trying to film some content. And Cedric's like, I mean, if you're only here, but like, you can't get in anyone's way. And I was like, bro,
that sucks.
And so then after that, I was like, if anyone's filming, fucking do it. I don't care. Because like, you guys aren't going to support me when I challenge this. Yeah. But it's just
not cool.
He was like, dude, I make, this is how I make my money. Then buy your own gym.
Okay.
Like, film at your own spot. Like, that's just how I feel. These people are in there going to work out.
There's rules, and obviously that's a rule, but your manager, doesn't give a fuck.
But like, why should your average gym guy or gym girl who's not competing, you're not a personal trainer, you're not in Mr. Olympia, like, why are you filming?
To make money.
But 99% of these people aren't making money off of it. They're the Instagram account that has 270 followers.
I mean, in a way, you could say like, well, why are we doing a podcast right now? It's like, well,
yeah, but this is our space. Like, we're not invading anyone's space in public.
Yeah, that's different. But like, I think, love it or hate it, like, this is just the culture that America is. It's the influencer culture. You can thank the Paul brothers. You can thank, I don't know who's like the top female fitness influencer. You probably check your search history for that, but you can thank all them, all the girls who are like, oh, I'm making 20K off of booty pics or whatever, or booty workouts.
Yeah.
I mean, people see that, they're like, wow, I got a booty, I could do that.
I think I told you about this account that I follow, and then we can move off this. It's like this mom. She's got, a few 100,000 Instagram followers, and her whole kind of, not personality, but content focus is like not shaming necessarily, but like speaking specifically on these personal trainers and influencers who are like, here's how you do an RDL. And it's like a straight up your butt video.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, why does every girl's video start with them pulling up their pants, like past their waistband and like giving themselves a wedgie? And she's like, there is zero reason as a coach in this business why you should be posting content like that when it works the same way from the front and from the side. But you're clearly doing it to sexualize yourself. Yeah. Because people will see that and they're going to pause on that video a little bit longer if it's showing your butt.
Exactly.
And she's like, I have young women that I coach, young girls that I coach. I have daughters. Like, I'm not teaching them to grow up this way. And
good for her. I feel like having a daughter would be just the most scariest thing ever. Just because, like, there's so many thoughts. And then I think it's another psyop, too.
Yeah.
When it's like, oh, wow, I make $50K a month off OnlyFans. It's like, do you really? Like, are you a CIA plant to get us to not care about our sexuality or whatever it is? The most important thing, sacredness of us, maybe.
Did you see that Bachelorette got canceled?
Canceled? Damn it. Why?
Because the lady who was doing it, I'll find this article because I was talking to Mickey about this. She's Mormon. And so there was like a TV show called like Mom Talk or something, or Moms of Mormon. I think her name is...
Mormon Moms.
Yeah, Mormon Moms.
I think I saw the commercials.
Let me find this so I can quote it directly.
Bachelorette canceled.
Tanky Frailer Paul's upcoming season of The Bachelorette canceled after video shows her assaulting Dakota Mortensen, where she's throwing a barstool chair and hits her child. Okay, it's The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So she got famous from that. And this video came out, and allegedly this video was from 2023. So this Dakota guy, who she was in a relationship at the time, sat on this. I think there was already like court hearings and stuff, and so it wasn't made public.
Okay.
But she just got on The Bachelorette? She's about to start a new season?
Dang.
Let me go ahead and sell this over to TMZ. So this video comes out, and she's like beating this guy up. He's filming it. She's putting him in a headlock, punching him, and he's
Someone's
like, "Stop."
filming him getting beat up?
He's filming it. I'll show you this.
He's like, "Stop hitting me."
I'm showing him the video right now. You guys have to go watch this. And their child is sitting there on the couch.
Oh!
Yeah. So she's launching these chairs at him.
Yeah, she deserves to go.
But
Go to jail,
listen to this.
dummy.
She came out, her spokesperson, and is like, she's the victim. She has suffered all this emotional damage over the last 3 years dealing with this psycho.
Of course, that's what she says.
She said, after years of silent suffering, extensive mental and physical abuse, as well as threats of retaliation, Taylor is finally gaining the strength to face her accuser.
Dude,
And just like
problem is, like,
automatic victim, no accountability.
no one's going to believe that because there's a video of you beating him up. Like, I'm sorry. Unless you have, pictures of bruises that, I don't know, you got your friend to punch you in the arm really hard. I mean, that's scary. Like, if you find yourself in a relationship with that type of woman,
You
good
have
luck.
to film it.
You got to go get on your hands and knees, start praying about it, because
People aren't going to believe you if you just go out and say it.
Automatically, yeah, people are going to be like,
but you're a
so
man.
skeptical.
You're bigger than her. She's not hitting you. And that goes back to, you remember I was telling you about the Rebel
Toxic.
Wilson, her PR firm, trying to make up that story about that person who they were gonna label as an abuser, which is completely falsified.
I watched the Love Is Blind last season, and
What is that show like?
I actually enjoy it, just because it's just an interesting experiment where they dogs are barking,
alerting to an intruder.
But it's weird because, the types of people that want to be on a show like that, when you decide what to do, and it's just weird,
So they're they don't see each other. They're only talking through a wall practically.
Yeah, they date everyone in these pods.
Okay.
And so you sit in a pod and you get to know someone. You can't really talk about what you look like. It's against the rules. And eventually you fall in love and propose to someone through the wall. And it's emotional. It's people are talking about this girl, she has this burn mark. And she's like, I was adopted and I have this burn mark and I just don't want kids. And people are crying and it's and then there's drama. They always include some snakes. This guy's I wish you were more of a Pilates type girl. I'm really attracted to CrossFit body. And he's dating a nurse. And then he's flirting with the other dude's fiance.
What?
Yeah, he's if this wasn't a thing, we'd probably hook up, right?
So they're in relationships?
So they propose and they say, yes, I do. Okay, we're getting married. And then it's a big reveal. They stand at the end of the hallway and it's the door's open. And you see them for the first time and they're like, wow. And then they kiss and then they're like, wow, I'm in love with you. And sometimes it's awkward though.
Yeah, because they probably lied about what they look like, or you're just not attracted to that.
Yeah, that
so
happens.
It's trying to prove the point of falling in love with someone's personality, not knowing what physically they are.
Yeah, and a lot of...
But I don't think that just kind of paints to the picture of how ridiculous some of these shows are. That's... Why?
Well, I think
You're
more
not
so
blind.
for females, I think they're not as concerned with how people look as much. I think the male, that's where it comes a problem.
I think that's more of a stated preference for women than it is a preferred preference. They're going to say, yeah, I don't really care. But then you give them the dad bod, and they're like, no, you're not good enough.
I'm just saying that I think it's more, obviously guys are more visual than females in my opinion, but yeah, it's just it's all right. And then they have a reunion at the end. Well, so here's the thing. They propose, whatever, and then they go to their honeymoon. They all go together to like Cabo or something, and they all meet everyone together. And so it's like a big pool party. We're all drinking, and this one guy's like super drunk. It's like, and then he starts like flirting with this other girl.
Oh my God. After he's already proposed to his girl.
And then there's like a huge fight. It's like, why do you hate me? Like, and so, and then they're like, okay, here's the wedding day. But before that, then they meet the families, they meet the friends, and it's just, there's some like really toxic people in these shows. And then wedding day comes. And I don't know if this is true, but I think they get paid. Obviously, if they decide like, okay, she's not the one for me, but I want to get paid an extra day, I'm going to make it to the wedding day. Okay. Just to say no. So it's like you get to the wedding, all the family's there. It's a whole thing. Like they pick out what they're going to wear. They have their best men and all that crap. And then they get to the altar and it's like, well, no. And then the family's like, what? They didn't see it coming. So it's reality TV at the end of the day. But
I saw there was another show where it's like
age gap.
Yes,
I've watched a little bit of it.
And there was the clip that I keep getting is like a 54-year-old mom and like this 27-year-old guy, and
the
she's like,
I have
yeah. Kind of looks like a Prince Harry.
Yeah. That's exactly what Alyssa said.
And
I thought he looked like Nick, kind of.
No. They're both like objectively good looking, you know? And I guess it's like, oh, well, she's got a daughter his age or something.
Oh, that's weird.
You know, and so.
That's where it gets weird.
But it's like if I don't know.
It's weird to begin with. And apparently that lady, you know, like, I didn't know this, but like this area of your body, like ages the most.
Okay.
So the lady's wearing like turtlenecks. She's
trying to hide it.
She's wearing what's the thing? An ascot? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Or a scarf type deal. And
because that skin like dries and wrinkles maybe first.
Yeah, and then there's a guy who's, I think he's probably like 30, mid 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like this 19-year-old chick. She's like, I'm a Swiftie. And he's just like skin's like bright pink. He's just staring at her. He's like, oh my God, she's so hot. And it's like, dude, there's no way. So, for example, the 57-year-old and the 27-year-old. Okay, so in 20 years, when you're 47 and she's 77, like, you're going to be with her till she dies? It's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's like... And then the 18-year-old's going to be like, okay, in 10 years or 5 years when I'm like, okay, my brain's fully developed, like, this dude took advantage of me.
Yeah.
Told me everything I wanted to hear just to get in my pants. A tale as old as time.
Yeah.
But it's just so crazy. Like,
yeah.
Some of these shows, and then obviously like the worst one's Love Island.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Do you think, is that like a red flag if people are like hyper obsessed with those shows?
I think it probably is, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
like if we're going to be hyper obsessed with sports, is like the comparison, like what is the female equivalent of that?
I don't even think sports is a comparison. It's almost like if you were to watch, if you're really into like political debates or like First Take, like that was all you just loved, like that sort of like just
like
stupid,
confrontational.
Yeah, confrontational. I would say that's more like it. Sports,
like, babe,
sports.
we have to watch Jordan
Peterson versus 20 atheists today.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Which I like those sometimes.
There was a Jubilee with Jillian Michaels.
Yeah, she's
Nick's
future.
I sent that clip.
I didn't watch it just because.
Don't watch it. It's like the stupidest shit I think I've ever seen. And it's these people, she's debating, I don't know what it was actually titled, but she's pretty much dating these people who identify as like body inclusive or body positivity.
Okay.
And so her first argument or claim is like, being obese is bad for your health.
Damn.
And these people, like,
Straight
first of all,
facts.
they can't even get up out of their chair fast enough to get to the chair.
So it's obese people?
There is
Mostly.
obese people on it. And this woman starts off by saying, she's like, so I just want to say, she's like, I'm a body positivity therapist. And, I just want to start off by saying that I'm not going to be using the O word. It causes harm. And Jillian, you can see Jillian Michaels' face. And she's just like, are we going to actually debate something? Or are you going to continue speaking to me like I'm a 3-year-old and you're my mommy? And she's like, that's so disrespectful. And so she's like, the O word is just so harmful. Fat bodied is what they like to say.
That's worse. That's so bad.
But it's like, we're fat bodied. We're not obese. And so the whole thing is like, she's just like, do you even understand what fat is? Jillian Michaels is asking her this. She's like, do you even understand what visceral fat is? What subcutaneous? Like, she's going through like the clinical side of what.
Clearly not.
And so then, of course, as she's getting exposed, this girl's like, you know what? She's like, first of all, I want to say that like, I am not a medical doctor. And so like the way that you're speaking to me is like really disrespectful. And Jillian's like, but you just fundamentally do not even know what you're talking about. But everyone in the back is like, snapping their fingers. And it's just like,
it's gross.
I've seen some really rough interviews on there.
Yeah.
But this one was just like,
they don't have the energy to argue.
But it's like the professional victim taken to another level of like, we're not even going to use the word obese because you're so offended and claiming that it's so harmful that we're going to call it the O word.
Yeah, that's a dangerous territory when you get into like changing definitions and all that, because you can't really get anywhere.
Well, she was
if
like,
you don't understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, Jillian was like, having excess body fat is clinically proven to be bad for your health. And she's like,
prove it.
Where's that data? And it's just like, what the hell kind of reality are you living in? And that's where, like, if I was Jillian, I would like look around and it's like, is this really what we're doing today? Like, I'm sitting here talking to these. I don't want to say the R word. I could, but I'll save that for off camera.
So, do they pay Jillian, obviously, probably, to be on it?
I don't know.
Because they're big celebrities, so they're not going to just give their time. They're probably going to get paid or flown
There's
in.
probably some profit sharing from the monetization of it, and because they get a lot of clicks.
Yeah, clearly it's entertainment value. There's not it's not like, okay, we're going to have a real debate, or we're going to be respectful, and we're going to try to understand each other's point of view. It's like, you got 30 seconds to make a TikTok clip out of this.
Yeah, I think it's 5 minutes that they get to sit down, or
something like that.
It's like 20 minutes a claim, and so 4 people end up getting an opportunity to speak on each claim. Because I think as soon as they sit down, they hit that timer, and it's like 5 minutes.
Was there anyone that said anything that was like, oh?
I couldn't make it through the first person. I saw a clip about the second person, and it was just same thing, going back to obesity is harmful, saying obesity is harmful. And it's just like, that's just not someone they haven't earned any more time for me.
Yeah, because they think when Jillian says obesity is clinically proven to be bad for your health, they think that's like a personal attack.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to be that way. You don't have to be this obese person. You're choosing, like, that's my identity now. So if you say my identity's bad for me, then you're trying to attack me.
And that's she explained that to this other girl where she was saying like we end up internalizing these experiences that we've gone through and start blaming the wrong things for it instead of just holding ourselves accountable. There was something I was going to say regarding that. Dude, Niner, you were on one. Get up there.
Go.
But yeah, just professional victims. And they all start off each introduction by like listing off every ailment they have. They're like, I'm clinically depressed. I can't lose weight. And they're like, Jillian's like, well, do you go to the gym? I've done the gym. I've even done I've tried yoga. It doesn't work for me. Have you tried dieting? It doesn't work for me. My body is so unique that everything's been proven for the last 10,000 years to work.
Dude, that
just doesn't work on you.
Definition of mental health disorder.
Which is what
trans
half
is
of these
too.
people are. Dude, it's all the same shit. And I think Charlie Kirk was on there. I don't remember I think they were debating Christianity.
Yeah.
Maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head. But there's been a ton of those. It's like trans rights, and it's like, oh, just because you don't want to sleep with a trans man doesn't mean that you're gay.
Did you see Joe Rogan and Steve-O?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve-O doesn't know what he's talking about.
He's been hitting that too many times.
Yeah, but props to him. He was like, okay, you're right. Like, I see what you mean. You know? But he was like, he got so caught up in this one person's experience of saying, this person can't even use their bathroom. And it's like, Joe's like,
Hold
no.
on.
He's like, that's not true.
Just pump the brakes.
And so it's like the empathetic side of people, they get kind of overridden.
Mm-hmm.
And that's talk about the weaponization of media in Hollywood. When you can, everyone knows that like ASPCA video of the dog, crying, it looks skinny and it looks hungry. It's like every single person, unless you're, a narcissist or a sociopath, is going to feel a way about that video.
Sure.
The same thing with ICE. You see these videos of people being ripped apart. It's like you can paint an image and people get so...
it's a psyop.
Yeah, I mean, full circle.
Full circle psyop.
And they know what they're doing when they post these clips. They know what they're doing when they do the Love Island and the Love is Blind and the erosion of traditional dating and traditional marriage. It's like they know exactly what they're trying to do with this stuff.
And then even like social media is like the biggest weapon.
Yeah.
And they talked about that in the show with the Netanyahu, the Israel prime minister guy, talking about like how the sale of TikTok is like the biggest thing in the world, and like the warfare is different now.
Yeah.
It's fought with algorithms. And I think it's just becoming more and more clear, like, first of all, I think there's a little bit of a difference between the American social media and TikTok.
Yeah.
Because TikTok obviously is like half owned by literally the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah.
Full stop. Because every company in China has a legal obligation to have a backdoor data access to the Chinese Communist Party. So I think in China, they only allow kids to be on TikTok for 40 minutes a day.
So that's pretty crazy.
And then like American kids are on it.
I'm going to see if I can find this number on Perplexity.
American kids are on it 3-4 hours a day.
On TikTok?
Dude, yeah. And you start to see like the effects of this. And I don't want to be like extreme, but like when I'm a parent, bro, like, it's so difficult, but like, no, you got to put your foot down at some point.
Let me see. So I was curious what the demographic was for TikTok users. And this one was written July of 2025. So kind of coming up on over a year. So these aren't perfectly accurate, but it says TikTok has 1.6 billion monthly active users. So this was over a year ago. I'm only assuming it's climbed since then. 55% TikTok users are male. 45% female. Let's see. Nearly 7 in 10 users fall between 18 and 34 years old.
Yeah.
It says the average age is roughly like 26 years old.
I think, like, ultimately, we are being gamed, psyoped by the algorithm. And we try to think we're too smart for it. We're not going to get caught up in it, but we're not. It's like it hijacks our brain.
Yeah.
And it becomes a dopamine.
Yeah.
It's like a morphine drip. It's like, all right, next one. And it ends up becoming an addiction.
Yeah.
So, like, and not to mention the psyop of what algorithm is trying to do to you, too. Like, you could say, okay, it just wants to keep you on there longer, but does it, want to maybe get you to self-harm? Things like that, and pushes you towards, like, weird communities and all this stuff that's negative for our youth. So, I mean, it's a big psyop. It's crazy. And, yeah, that's all I got on that.
Mic drop.
That's all I got.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's
just
frustrating.
It's really frustrating.
I
It's
mean,
so evil.
I've been off of it for, it's coming up close to maybe like 30 days or something. And I'm not downloading it again. And I even noticed, like, my addictive brain is like watching YouTube reels now.
Yeah.
Like cooking videos and basketball clips and all this sort of thing that's keeping me on there longer.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm going to bed at 9, but it turns into 10. And so I'm getting one less hour and I'm not working out as hard.
And then you're waking up and the first thing you do is back to scrolling. And it's like you're just filling your brain with that in the morning.
I don't really do that, to be honest. Usually in the morning, it's like I'm good about not getting on it.
Yeah.
It just ends up. Then I notice, like, it's when there's any free time, it's like, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah. Well, there's also a social pressure to, whenever you're with a group of friends and, let's say you got 4 friends, 4 people sitting on the couch or whatnot, and, 2 of them are on the phone and 2 of them are having a conversation and the conversation ends and then that person gets on their phone and now you're the only one not on your phone. Like, you kind of feel this pressure to be like, well, let me just, pull my phone out. And it's like, I've been in a lot of places where, like, you feel that, like, pressure to, like, pull your phone out because you're either anxious or, you're not being interacted with.
Yeah.
Which sucks, And there should be more, we've talked about this before with comedy clubs being like a no phone place. Yeah. And, like, there should be a return to that. And there is certainly we're not the only ones who feel this way. Like, there is a massive longing for people to exist in places without technology being attached to them.
100%. 100%.
If you throw a party, hey, we're doing a no phone party.
That'd be cool.
Like, we'll have a little bucket over there. You throw your phone in there as soon as you get here. Like, 2 hours. Give me 2 hours. And, like, if you can't get 2 hours, like, you probably need to have that internal conversation with yourself of, fuck, like, I'm hooked.
Yeah, dude, it's evil. You reminded me of this other experiment that happened. It's called the smoke-filled room experiment. Okay. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't.
So,
is this like a recent experiment that was
No,
done?
I think it's an older one. And the experiment goes, there's maybe like 15 people in a waiting room, and 14 of them are paid actors.
Okay.
And there's one participant, one subject person, and they're like filling out this form, and they're supposed to be there for a while, I guess.
Okay.
And then they're in like a hotel lobby, or not a hotel lobby, they're in a hotel meeting room. And so they hear these weird sounds, and which is supposed to be a kitchen fire. And so smoke just starts to billow into the room. And people are just still filling out the survey. All the actors are just head down doing the survey. And the one person, what ends up happening is that person stays in that room long enough where they would have died of asphyxiation, like the majority of the time. And then even one instance, one guy got up and went to the door, and one of the actors was like, "We're supposed to stay here." And he turns around and sits back down and dies. It doesn't really die, but...
In the experiment, he would have died.
And it's a part of this weird, like kind of you said about the phones, like it's a group think thing. And you think like, well, certainly I would get up immediately.
I can't be the only one noticing this, but if no one else is overreacting, then...
But even I talked to some people, I think it's just, you can't assume, you got to just look out for yourself. Like, who cares? Like, if everyone else is doing something, but in your heart, you know, it's like not the right thing.
Yeah.
Or like,
you feel off.
There's like a fire alarm's going off. Like, oh, it's just a drill. It's like, am I going to rely on that for my life? My life is worth more than just being like, okay, it's probably okay.
I'm glad I didn't offend anyone, or not even offend. It's just like inconvenience almost.
Yeah. So that's a crazy experiment. They talked about the Milgram experiment.
Is that the shock?
The electric shocks.
Yeah.
Which that one's crazy. I mean, just because like, and then they kind of relate it to Nazi Germany too.
Dude, I got to tell you something.
What?
This is making me think about a few different experiences I've had. Like where you're kind of like questioning your own safety at times. And the first one that was in my mind while you were telling that story of like, man, I feel like I need to get out of here, was when I went to that high school football game early in the year. And it just felt off.
Didn't a fight break out?
I mean, dude, you couldn't even tell because there were so many cops, and like, it just felt like you were like a match away from being in like a full out brawl. Yeah. And so we left then. But, and that was like, it was so bizarre because you felt fine like the first quarter, and then, okay, let's go get a bottle of water from the concessions. And then you're in it and you're like, man, this just does not feel good. And so we left. But, last week I left your place on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
I'm driving down. I don't know what road it is. It's right next to that Fort Worth Country Day. You know where that field is, like the football field and stuff, and then across the street there's that Circle K gas station. Brian Irvin Road, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yes.
Okay, so impulse decision, driving home on that road. You know, I'm coming back here. I'm like, you know what? I kind of want an energy drink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, do I want to just get one at the QT? I love QT.
Yeah.
QT is like my favorite gas station outside of Buc-ee's probably.
Yeah.
I actually like QT more. But
good customer service.
Good customer service. You know what you're going to get. They take care of the place. So I'm like, fuck, you know, I don't know. I'm just going to pull over to this Circle K.
Bad idea.
Like, I'm in the left lane, dude. I cut over like 3 lanes just to get in there because I'm like, let me just get it real fast, and then I can have it on the drive home, my energy drink. Pull into the gas pump. I'm not getting gas, but I'm like pulling into the gas pump because it's the far side, and so I can just pull in real fast, and then I can get out and blah, blah, blah. So I get out of my car, and I'm walking up to the front door of the gas station, and instantly, I'm probably like halfway from my car to the entrance. Like 5 or 6 like black kids with backpacks come out of the gas station yelling at this other guy.
What?
And I'm like analyzing really fast, like what's going on. I've instantly felt my adrenaline kick on, like instantly.
Yeah.
And
they just robbed the place?
There must have been some disagreement that happened inside the store because there was this lady that was like pushing them out because there was an older black guy who was clearly like it was him versus the crew.
Whoa.
And there was this black woman who was like pushing them and like trying to keep the distance, and everyone's yelling, and they're like, these young kids are like, fuck you talking about? Let's go. What's up, then? Let's go. And I see the guy put his hand in his waistband.
No.
And I literally just go, whoop, turn right around. And I get in my car, and I'm like trying to get out, and this fucking truck is like getting in my way. I can't get out.
Oh my God.
And like all this happened probably within 5 seconds, you know. And so I end up leaving, and I pull out, and I can see the gas station to my right now. There's probably 10 young kids, hoods on, backpacks on, now like congregating in the parking lot. And I just was like, I kind of was like thinking a lot about it on the way home of just like,
Yeah.
I would have had to walk through it to get to the entrance of the building. And I was like, nope, fuck it. Nope. Going home.
Yeah.
And it was just like one of those things where
Scary stuff.
It was scary, but it was like, I decided on an impulse to just pull into this gas station I've never been into. And it's 2 p.m. on a Sunday. It's not like it's Saturday night at 11 p.m. and I'm like, I'm just going to hop into here. You know, it's like it's a normal day, sunny day. And just like something could have popped off just like that. And it like, I wasn't freaked out or anything, but I was like, dude, like what the hell? Because I was just talking to Mason 2 days prior about an experience that he had.
Oh, yeah.
It's very similar to mine, where it's just like you go from just you're going through your day to where like now you kind of feel like you're potentially fighting for your life.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
It's so quick and random when that could happen. I
yeah.
mean, like, did you see anything that transpired? Did they?
I wasn't gonna stick around. You know?
Smart move.
And then I was driving out and I see a girl pumping her gas and she's looking at it and now everyone is impacted by these fucking bozos who probably felt disrespected. You know, they're causing a ruckus in the store and this older guy says something and now it's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you over this,
bro.
And it just like it really bothered me.
Bummer.
Yeah, it bothered me. And then I felt for the gas station owner.
Yeah.
Because like I was about to be a customer and now I'm never going back there.
Yeah.
And there's probably people that were also there. They're like, I'm never coming back to this place.
Exactly. Which is screwed up. It's all because some kids want to do that. And it's like such a crazy problem that I don't even think we can.
It's too complex to discuss. And there's really no solution that we can provide. It's a cultural problem, a cultural infestation. But I was curious if you had ever been to that gas station, because I know you say you stop and get coffee.
Oh, I used to be a Circle K customer when they had the sip and save deal, which was you pay $10 a month and you can get a large drink every day. So I would get a large coffee every day, and it was the cheapest.
Just go sit in an hour and a half of traffic to wherever you gotta go.
But no, I haven't been to that one. There's another gas station near Alyssa's place, 7-Eleven, that's just a lot of workers, a lot of sketch people coming in are there. And we went there one time together and, you know, we're waiting in line and there's just a long line and then guys coming in, worker guys and all this. It's like, I'd never seen a girl in that store. And I know why now, because it's sketch.
Yeah.
And this drunk guy like walks by us and he's like, you should put a ring on that, man. And he's like, comes right behind me because he's waiting in line too, and he could smell the alcohol on him. And, you know, it's just like, and I told her, I was like, never go to that place.
Yeah.
And it's also like that you learn places not to go, and then it's like, just don't put yourself in the position where you're low on gas and it's like 11 p.m. and it's like, oh, I really have to stop here.
Yeah.
And
unless you got the blicky.
Yeah, even still, it's like, I don't even want to get that out. You never want to.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the Shia LaBeouf interview?
No.
It's pretty crazy.
Who was he on?
Channel 5.
Oh.
Andrew Callahan.
No.
He actually interviewed Hawk Tuah girl. And I feel bad for her. Because...
God, what a freaking awful trend that was.
Hawk Tuah. But she got street interviewed when she was drunk, partying with her friend in Austin or wherever it was. And these street interviewers are asking her all these sexual questions. And just like, they're like, it's disgusting.
Shame on those men, too, for...
No, that's the thing. Like, I don't feel bad. I mean, I don't put blame on her. Like, I mean, she probably shouldn't have done that, but like, it's just like, yeah.
It's like you're giving a grenade to someone. And like...
And she asked him to take the video down, like, for like 2 weeks, and he kept uploading stuff from that interview.
Yeah.
It's different things.
And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about the gym filming. It's not just the gyms, it's everywhere. And people don't want to go places where they think, oh man, if I get filmed here doing this, then I'm going to get in trouble, or I'm going to get doxxed, or I'm going to get, put on blast. It's like people don't want to be in environments where that's a risk for them. And I don't blame them.
Yeah, no, I don't blame them either. But going back to the Shia LaBeouf interview, he's a crazy character.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had
a big come down.
Mentally unwell.
Yeah. He's like tatted up and stuff, and then he's had tattoos removed, and then he became Catholic. I know he got like a full back tat for this movie that he did called like The Tax Collector.
God. Yeah, he's down bad. He got divorced from his wife. Mia Goth, I think that's her name.
Really? She's a big she does a lot of those A24 movies, I think.
Yeah, they did a movie called Nymphomaniac. And I think that's how they met.
Oh my gosh. So just feeding more into like.
Yeah. And but yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, freaking Gonzaga.
Oh, the question was, he asked Hawk Tua, Haley Welch, like, hey, do you think there should be any laws about filming like in a public place? Like someone interviewed you, do you think you should be able to tell them like you're not allowed to post that? Do you think there should be a law about that? I wanted to ask you what you thought about that.
There's this guy that I see on my Facebook a lot, and I think he's based out of Atlanta, and he's a lawyer or an attorney maybe, and he sets up a sign and sets up a chair, and he says like ask a lawyer question. And so he usually gets these people over to ask him questions, and there are points where these people like, how are you allowed to film? Like, I don't want you filming me. And he's like, well, like you were in public. Like, I am, by the Constitution, like I am allowed to film you in public. And I understand that. But I think, I don't know. I think like the hardest thing is like, how do you enforce a rule like that? Where if you're filming your buddies and someone walks by and then you post that video, like, did you have to get that lady to sign a form to say that you could include her in there? It's like, that's going to be nearly impossible to do.
It's tough because I think I default to, no, I don't think there should be another law about it. Just because like, what precedent does that set for like, okay, you're legally not allowed to record, when maybe like you record a crime, it's like you're not allowed to. It's illegal somehow. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of
there's these question. Like I kind of like to call them agitators, but these people that will go film outside of a school or in a library or outside of a police station, and then a cop will walk up and say, "Hey man, what's going on? We got a call about you. Looks kind of suspicious. You're filming right outside someone's home. What's going on?" And they're like I don't answer questions. And it's just like, okay, now you're like bringing, like you're not making this any easier.
No.
But at the same time, like they have the right to do that. And so like it's really, it's agitating watching these videos where these people are intentionally being assholes and intentionally being uncooperative when it's just like, well, first of all, why are you there? And they're like, we're testing the First Amendment.
Sure. I hate that type of stuff. Like all the negative stuff on the internet, like just miss me with all that. I don't want to watch anything negative like that.
Yeah, but it's also like there are scenarios where they do get, harassed for just practicing their free speech, and it's like if you filming a cop when you get pulled over and like, you're not allowed to film me, and you're like 100% I am. They're like, all right, get out of the vehicle. It's like, so there are scenarios where like you can film yourself and protect yourself.
That's a good point.
But I think if you're just out there filming and like looking for someone to approach you and looking for someone to confront you just to be like, ah ha ha, motherfucker, like, dude, I can film you. And so what are you going to do about it? It's like, I should have the same right to fucking knock your phone out of your hand and curb stomp you.
Oh, okay. It just turned into
and
a
end your
murder.
family line.
That's there's a new trend in streaming. You know,
Death to streamers, dude. It's so stupid.
But they do this thing where they, like, there's this one streamer, I've seen clips of him because he gets around these UFC fighters and, like, talks a bunch of shit, hoping something happens to create, like, these fake conflicts where, just for clout.
Yeah.
And it's just so stupid. I hate it.
But it's like I hear a lot of older folks, and not necessarily older, but someone maybe in their 40s or 50s where they were growing up in a time where phones didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's like you listen to any podcast, you're like, dude, imagine the trouble we would have got in if people were filming things and we were going out to the bars back in our day.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of crazy.
But to the point of confrontation, it's like people used to just fight and get on with it. It's like, oh, you're talking shit, I'm talking shit, let's go fight, and then we'll be good. Now it's like,
less fighting.
You say the wrong thing to someone, they're filming you, and then they post it, and they're like, find out where this guy works. Find out where he lives. And, like, we're going to harass him and make sure he gets fired from his job. That's why people don't go out and say anything. And why the filmers, who are usually the ones who probably a little bit more left-leaning most of the time, are, like, in your face, hoping to get you to react. And I think that is where, like, the line needs to be drawn of these filmers and streamers and whatever. It's like, if you're going to go out there and invite people to be on your show, like, you have to handle the consequences. Like, we're not going to sit here to protect you.
Yeah, it's like you got to have the self-control not to lose your temper, because if you do and you lay hands on someone, maybe you're going to jail. Maybe you're in a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And
that will 100% happen.
So then that's on the person who's being filmed.
Yeah.
To not.
Like you and Alyssa are walking down the street, and the street interviewer in downtown Austin. So, hey guys, can I interview you real quick? Just ask you a few questions.
What's your favorite sex position?
It was like, are you guys Snapchat best friends?
Pull out your phone right now.
Yeah, it's like, who do you Snapchat the most?
Oh my God.
Show me your last text.
It's like, would you be comfortable if she went through your phone?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I got nothing to hide.
We've been dating for 3 years. Okay, I trust him.
Swap phones. Why are you texting her? I think those things are fake.
I think some of them are fake.
Because it's just like the perfect viral tornado of like what someone wants. Like, oh, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah. But here's the other side of that coin with filmers. Like, what would we do without a James O'Keefe? What would we do without a Nick Shirley? And I'm not here to just like ride or die Nick Shirley, but like people who are doing their own thing, like trying to find answers, like you have to support that too.
The muckrakers of our society.
Yeah. And so
you gotta have them. You like gotta have.
If you're not gonna let Hawk Tua film herself, getting fucked up.
She got filmed by someone else.
Yeah, but then she started an OnlyFans or sold like a crypto coin or something.
Yeah, she did.
And scammed a bunch of people. Yeah, but it's just like, I think that just goes back to like a cultural thing where we shouldn't allow it. But it's gone too far to this point. Here's an interesting one. The meta glasses.
Oh, dude.
That is like a whole different ball game of filming. And I think that's really dangerous. And I think that is an invasion of privacy.
Because you don't know that
you don't know that you're being filmed. And now you can get, I think the glasses, they had like a lens on them. And now people are paying others to like, cosmetically change the glasses to where you don't even know that they're meta glasses. They just look like standard glasses.
That's creepy.
And so like... But also, it goes back to like this whole streaming culture of like where people feel the need to film.
Yeah, like I saw this video on YouTube where this guy's like, I guess it's kind of interesting. I mean, I clicked on it because I'm a peon, but he's like, I'm going to the most rich restaurant in New York City tonight. Took me a year to get this reservation. And he's just like sitting there and like recording the whole experience. And And,
with his meta glasses or with like his phone?
I think his phone. But then he's like eating every meal and like it was like 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10 and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, like what? I don't know what I'm trying to say. And then it's like, well, I'm going to Carlsbad, California. YouTube, we watched a video like sights to see, and this guy has a great video showcasing things to see, and I'm like, okay, well, I appreciate that guy.
Yeah.
Because now, like, I know, okay, that's pretty cool. I want to go there now.
Yeah, you gotta take the good with the bad.
You do, because, yeah, you got to be okay with the gym streamers, the gym filmers, if you want to experience the travel vloggers.
No. Someone filming the ocean is a lot different than someone filming you doing tricep press down in the background. Yeah. And then you're picking at your wedgie. And then they post it on Instagram and it's like they zoom into you. Or it's like, this guy looked at my ass and like you were looking at the TV behind her.
Yeah.
It's like...
That would be so funny. You got caught in one of those.
Yeah. But it's like we wouldn't even know any of this stuff existed if like you weren't on your phone, you know?
That's right. This girl at the gym, I call her Onion Girl. She's like, this is like a encapsulation of everything we've been talking about. This girl, she's like probably anorexic, super skinny. She's doing like crazy workouts with the tripod. Smells like straight onion. And just like you can tell, it's like she's skin and bones, probably trying to reach this goal of this influencer she's seeing who's like hopped up on fat burner. And she's probably starving herself, then she's binge eating, she's recording herself like she's trying to like do all this crap, and I'm like, dang. That's sucks.
That was a transcendent explanation. So you've been close to her enough to know that she smells like onions?
Yeah, do a walk by. And
she's probably on like an onion diet. Maybe she's just sweating it out.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. I kind of want to ask maybe the next person I see with the tripod.
Like, hey, man.
Say, hey, I'm curious. Are you a personal trainer?
You should say, hey, like, I like your content. Or, like, you should ask for it. Make it nice so they're not, like, immediately defensive.
I'm not going to be an asshole. Yeah. So, hey, man, what's going on? Can I ask what you're filming for? It's like you post workout videos or something.
Yeah, man. I started fitness channel.
Let's role play.
Okay.
So I just finished squatting 405, and you have the tripod set up on the machine next to me.
And I'm squatting 600.
No, you're not even squatting. You're just doing you're just literally looking in the mirror.
That's probably what it is.
And so I walk up to you and I go, hey, man, I see you got a tripod there. What are you filming for?
What would you say? No, it's the AirPod.
It's like, yeah, I walk over there. I'm like, hey.
It's like, I got 3 more sets.
3 more sets of look smacks at me.
Just started, buddy.
Yeah.
Keep walking. I was like, what's up, dude?
I was like, hey, what's going on? My name is Ben. Nice to meet you.
Chad.
Nice to meet you, Chad. I see you got your tripod set up. What are you filming?
Yeah, man, it's my YouTube fitness channel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. You post like workout videos, you do vlogs. What's up?
A little bit of everything, just get started. I'm just trying to, make some money at the end of the day.
Are you making money from your content right now?
Nah. Not yet, but get a couple 100 views, 1,000 views here and there. My Instagram's popping, so.
All right. Well, I just noticed I was in the background of that last video, so just want to make sure you don't post that anywhere.
No, you be out of that. Don't worry about that.
Well, can you show me right now? Like, can you show me the video? Because I know I was in it.
I deleted it already.
Show me, bitch.
We got a problem here?
Yeah. When I was at the Crunch in Arlington, I was walking on the treadmill, and this guy had his tripod set up, like, facing me. And I went and asked on my way out. I was like, hey, I'm curious. Like, do you guys allow tripod filming here? She's like, yeah, we do. I was like, okay, just wanted to know. And she's like, why? Is there a problem? I said, no, I was just curious. I hadn't seen anyone with a tripod yet, and I saw it today. I didn't know if you guys allowed that or not, because I don't remember signing anything. And I think that should be a part of the policy whenever you sign up. They need to tell you, hey, by the way, we allow people to film here, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that way everyone's like, oh, I can decide now whether or not this is something I want to deal with, or rather than 2 months into your membership, like, man, I don't like seeing all this stuff. It needs to be more, I guess.
Upfront.
You got to be more upfront with it.
That's the whole thing with the gym that I go to. It's like filming's allowed, taking your shirt off's allowed, all this crap. But there is signs like that says like lift more, film less. There's a lot of those types of signs. Like no shadow boxing, like no gymnastics, no wrestling.
Do you think gyms should have like a gym bouncer where they're like kind of making sure, hey, dude, you've been on your phone for 9 minutes on this machine. Like, it's time to move on.
No.
I think they should.
What if you're trying to get...
You left your snail trail over there on that bench press.
Yeah, or like you don't rack your weights back.
I think that 100% should be a part of the job description for people working in a gym. There was this big guy yesterday. He left like 5 plates on this hammer press. I was like, dude, like...
That's so lazy.
And I honestly wanted to stop him. He was big, dude. And I wanted to be like, hey, man, like, you got a bunch of older folks in here. They may want to use that. And if they see 10 plates all together, they're not going to use it. So just like, you think you could, oh, what a shot. That's a game winner right there. Unless they make this real fast. No way.
Texas.
Man, that really is a game. Damn it. That kills my bracket.
Yeah, I think I picked Gonzaga there.
Wow. Texas.
Good for them.
They had the play-in game, and now they're Sweet 16 bound.
Who's their coach? Is that the Oklahoma coach?
I think he used to coach at Arizona.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Mike Few.
I think Mark Few, Texas basketball coach.
No, Mike Few's the Gonzaga coach.
Sean Miller. Yeah, he was at Xavier in Arizona.
Okay, good hire.
Damn.
Yeah, I've enjoyed watching some of these games. Just like, I think it was, who were they playing? The team that played, I wish I had my phone, but there was like an upset alert. It was a green team.
They won?
Gavin Doughty. He was one of the guards on this green. No, they lost, but it was like a hard-fought game.
Siena?
Yeah, it was Siena versus Duke. I was like, Duke, I hate Duke so much.
Yeah. I picked them to lose next round.
Who do they play?
I think they'll play the winner of St. John's or Kansas.
Oh, I picked St. John's.
Yeah. Rick Pitino.
But, oh, wow, I didn't know he's the coach. But, yeah, it's fun watching, like, the upsets, and because anything can happen, really, in a basketball game.
Yeah.
The momentum shifts are, like, so real. And what do you think about this? Like, because I heard, this is a while back, but Greg Olson.
Yeah.
He was, like, saying he doesn't believe in momentum.
I disagree with that.
He's like, that's a cop-out for good coaching, good play. Like, momentum is just like, it's...
I mean, he must be the only athlete ever to argue against that. Yeah. That's something we used to argue with Zach McVay about this all the time. He didn't believe in home field advantage. And I was just like, dude. Like, let's just be realistic here. Oh, Nebraska's up 8-0 already on Vandy?
I haven't watched Vandy.
I watched them play against Florida in that SEC semifinal, and they destroyed Florida. That guy's good. I think his name is Tyler Tanner.
Okay.
Vandy has gone through one of the most impressive athletic department overhauls where they literally were like the gum on the bottom of your shoe for what felt like 20 years, at least in my lifetime.
Yeah, they're kind of cool now.
Yeah.
I would rock some Vandy gear.
Their football team having like 2 great seasons in a row.
Diego Pavia,
Heisman candidate, you know, and then their basketball team. I think they started off the season like 17-0 or something.
No way.
You know, they lose in the SEC championship to Arkansas, but you know, a 5 seed. That's really impressive. I think their women's team is really good too. They've had a great baseball team. You know, just kind of like one of those spots, you know, those weird college spots in Nashville.
Did you ever see any Vandy sports when you were in Nashville?
Oh yeah, I went to a few Vandy basketball games, Vandy baseball. That was broke. I went to 2 Vandy football games, so I got to see Pavia Magic.
Is he going to be drafted, do you think?
No, he will not.
'Cause how tall is he? He's pretty, like Johnny Manziel size.
Smaller, I think. I don't know what his combine. Did he even compete at the combine? I want to say he's like 5'7", dude. Diego Pavia combine. I don't think he competed at the combine, but I could be wrong. Oh no, he did.
There's something.
They're saying 5'10". I'm not buying that.
Yeah, like. Okay, so. There's something to be said though, like about like winning players. I think because. I don't know. Like the worst is when there's someone really talented that just doesn't like work hard, and usually that's how it goes. So they've always been talented enough to coast, just to fly by. But like if you get like a physical freak with the intelligence and the motor of someone who's not like that, because they needed to have that motor, it's just kind of interesting. Certain players their mental is different. Like JJ Redick. The Lakers, do you think they have a shot at the title?
Yeah.
Luka's playing really well.
Yeah, Luka dropped 60 last night? I think through the last 2 games he scored 100 points.
Have you noticed Cameron and Carlos Boozer?
Honestly, didn't know they were brothers.
I thought there was only one of them.
I thought there was only one of them too.
Because the smaller one is the backup, and then their main guard is injured, so he's now starting.
Yeah.
And
I've watched them play.
Did they win, by the way?
Yeah, they won today. They played
TCU.
They killed TCU.
Really? I thought it was close.
It was close, but I think they ended up blowing through at the end. I think they still won by 20 or something. Dude, you know who freaking stinks? The Mavs. They are dog shit. Cooper Flagg is legit.
Yeah, he's good.
Like, he's really good. And he's going to be great. He's going to be great. But me and Cal were watching. We watched 2 Mavs games this week. The first one, they were playing New Orleans. Zion scored like 20 in the first half. But the Mavs were up 26-10 in the first quarter. Like, just heater. Just playing really well.
Okay.
They ended up closing the half down by like 24. And just like this implosion. And they've just been getting killed like every game.
Yeah.
And it's like,
they're probably tanking.
Jason Kidd, I mean, it's time for him, I think, to move on.
No, dude. Jason Kidd's a good coach. They probably just want to tank to get a better pick.
Darius Acuff, maybe.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, Luka. Yeah, I think the Lakers can do it. But honestly, I'm not even going to watch.
I'm going to tune in. I like the playoffs when it comes to basketball. I'm looking forward to them. Like, I think it's going to be really interesting because now people kind of know how to play OKC. I think San Antonio's there. Nuggets are there. That's kind of where I'm just rooting against OKC.
Yeah. Can you believe how bad the Pacers are this year? They're like the second worst team in
I
the
can
NBA.
believe it. I can believe it because Tyrese is that good. Difference maker that got them to the finals.
I think they lost
They traded
Mathurin to the Clippers.
Yeah, he was a really big part. I mean, it kind of sucks how that ended up happening, but, you know, it's crazy. So I wonder if he's coming back soon because Jason Tatum's already back.
Yeah.
Because he popped his Achilles.
The whole thing.
They're good.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown dynamic is weird. Like, I see some weird comments.
Well, they don't know who's the number one.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown's been
Jaylen Brown's a
MVP
dog.
level.
Yeah. And then he's got to come back and, all right, Jason Tatum's going to do his Kobe freaking gooning. It is amazing, though, that LeBron is still out there. He had 30 points the other night, 13 of 14 field goal shooting.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Austin Reeves is also a freaking dog.
Yeah, he's good. He's so smart. Like, I heard him in an interview
Bang.
talking about, like, when he first got his opportunity, like, he just needed to be when he was out there, like, he just needed everyone to trust him. Like, he wasn't trying to do his AR-15 step backs and get to the hole. He was just making the right plays. And then you get enough trust, and then you get an opportunity. And then now you see how good he is, and he's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But so you're kind of back on the Luka train because last we talked, I think you're like, you hated him.
Not hated him. I was questioning maybe his effort and just the antics. Yeah. But I watched that. Who was I watching? I don't think it was against Houston. I don't know. They played a game where he hit an overtime buzzer, and it was pretty sick. He's so good when he's on, but when he's complaining and like worrying too much about the foul baiting. Yeah. I think in order for the NBA, I think baseball is surpassing the NBA.
I don't know.
I think it
kind of want to disagree there because I just don't. I think that tournament, I watched a game, is really good.
The WBC.
Yeah. Against the Dominican Republic.
But you can just tell how much more it means to these people.
Yeah.
To these players in these countries and these fan bases where the NBA is like, oh, you know, Joel Embiid's sitting again for the 40th game of the season against Jokic. There was a stat that
I get it.
Embiid has missed every matchup against the Nuggets since like the last 6 years.
It's a bad matchup for him.
Exactly. Like he should be penalized for that.
Yeah,
you don't see Patrick Mahomes sitting when he's playing the Denver defense. It's like, in order for the NBA to return back to being like a super popular sport, it's like you have to get these guys to play. And I don't honestly, the whole argument of like them playing too many games, I think is just kind of nonsense too. They say like they shouldn't do back-to-backs.
Good pass. Yeah.
You got to make that. DeAndre Ayton putting it.
Oh, watch your head. Give me that. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Order some food.